I think 90% of the copy I have ever written has all ended up in the bin. Big chunk of that, of course, is rejecting your own ideas. And what they say, genius is 1% inspiration, 99% perspiration. And I'm not a genius, but I do know that you have to put a lot in to get something out. Every single person who I know who's very successful in this business is prolific at coming up with ideas. You have to have a very thick skin to become a copywriter, because the truth is most of your ideas will get rejected. And when that happens, you have to come bouncing back with more. I started off on the brand side. You work in an advertising agency, usually with an art director, and you spend most of your day coming up with concepts. You might write some headlines and scripts, but actually you write very little copy. You have to wait until that concept is approved before you finalize or get to write anything. So the process goes like this. You sit in a room with your art director usually, and you think up concepts for the brief that you're being given. To get that one really good idea, you're going to have to think up loads. You have to be your own worst critic. So you'll start off with a huge pile of ideas, wallpaper the whole walls of your office with idea after idea after idea. And then you go through, oh, that rubbish. And you're left with a smaller pile of ideas that you then take to the creative director. That's your first step. So the creative director is like the guardian of the brand. They should know it really, really well. And they'll only want to present what they think is right, what is in line with the brand personality, but also what answers the brief and something that excites them. It's the cream. They want the cream of the ideas. So your little pile is an even smaller pile. Next up are the account team. That's the people who probably wrote the brief. These are the people who really know the client inside out. They are looking for something that they feel confident that they can sell. Now, if you're really lucky, you have a few ideas left in the pile that will be presented to the client. So we've gone down from hundreds to maybe 3 or 4. You spend weeks, maybe months to get to this point. So those ideas are worked up into a nice glossy presentation and put in front of the client. You usually have a whole room full of clients. It's not just one, it's usually a whole boatload of them. Hopefully you get to make your own pitch of what you think of them, but they'll go around the whole table and everybody's got their own preference. They are thinking about from their point of view rather than yours, and inevitably more ideas will fall by the wayside. So that forest of ideas that you started with is down to just a few saplings. Quite often, nothing is rejected straight away. They have to go through several other tests. So first, there's the overnight test. They'll sleep on it and see which ones they like. They might give it the corridor test, just basically walk along the corridor, show it to some random people, and see who likes what. If you're lucky, you've got 1 or 2 ideas. It's got through the agency and approved by client. Next stage, research. Now, research is horrible. Mrs. Smith from Scunthorpe telling you how horrible your ideas are. It's just dreadful, but totally understandable. The client is being asked to spend a lot of money to make your ideas, so they want to protect that investment. They want to find out if it's going to resonate with their audience. However, for the copywriter, it's just an incredibly frustrating experience. And now, if you've got to this point and something actually gets through the research, you're getting very excited because now you get to the point where you can go and cost it. So you can actually make it. And then that's when it can all go wrong. You find it's going to cost an arm and a leg to make, and you're back to the drawing board. You have to jump through so many hoops when you're trying to get an idea approved. It is one of the most exhilarating parts of your job when it is. It's absolutely fantastic. You're going to go through a lot of disappointment along the way, but once you get there, it feels great. So maybe you want to find out if you have a copywriter's brain. If so, check out the video above. Thanks a lot and see you next time.